'cause it's Thriller. Thriller now. That's me dancing, everybody. Welcome back to Upper Lake Farms. Realistic farming, 24-day seasons, 10x speed. I've got some exciting news to tell everybody today. We have had another comment contest winner. We've got a gentleman by the name of Victor, but we're going to call him Vic. He has picked a tractor and a plow. Unfortunately, I have to substitute one of the tractors until it gets fixed. I'll explain that in a minute. And the other good news, as you can see up in the right-hand corner, we're on to March 2nd, day 2, but I put the speed at 0 because I want to show you my other exciting news that I had. Got my flight mode activated, sorry. That's why it's so fast. I got the farm finished, and I wanted to give you guys a tour. I got all of the hedges. I put some of these lights in. So we got a path. I got a second machine shed. Oops, got to paint that. Second machine shed put in. Our hedges all the way around. I've got a second cow pen put in. So right now we have a possibility of 1,000 cows on this farm. I've got the workshop. Look, I put lights in. I did all this off camera for you guys so that when we came back, we can actually do some farming work. I moved the silo because what I had to do here was I didn't want to take away from this beautiful lake. So I put the hedge on an angle. So I moved the silo here. I put in a TMR mixer so that we can mix it up. I decided on this Let's Play that I'm going to do bulk. So we've got a WMR modding. I did a review on this, so go back in my videos and check out my reviews. This is the silage maker. I'm going to put grass in this straight off the field, and it will make silage for us. And then we're going to store our hay and our straw in our silo here. And then I put in this bad boy. This is from Alien Jim. Okay. As you can see, we've got John's tractor already put in here. This is going to be for our excuse me while I cough for a second. This is going to be for our tractors, our tractors, harvesters, big equipment. But check this out. Now I know where Mr. Sealy P gets his sound from. The lights. This thing has working lights, and this thing is absolutely huge. That's Mr. Sealy P's sound. That's pretty cool. And you have to come out here to open it up. That's from Alien Jim's No Man's Land pack. It comes with it. Same as these sheds here. Actually, no, these aren't in it. These are from the FarmingSimulator.com website. So our farm is done. And we are ready to start working. As you can see, I went ahead and I divided this. This big field over here is going to be our cereal crop. First, we're going to put wheat in, but instead of combining them all at first, I'm just going to make a field. And then after, so that we can actually get some crops in the ground at first, so that we can get going. And then after the harvest, I'll start expanding the fields, or do it after, in between the harvests while I have nothing else to do. Come and expand the fields all the way out to here. That way we are going, we'll have a couple of small fields. This is going to stay a grass field. I'll take, as you can see, I made a border all the way around, unlike last time when we first came in here. Super excited about that. So what I want to do today is I want to get Vic's plow. See, I had an issue, and he knows this because I messaged him back on YouTube. Let me get over to the store real quick so we can buy it. But as you can see, we're going to bring this field all the way out to the road. And then we'll have that'll be a huge field. It's like 50-something acres because I've done it before. But we're using a lot of people like the smaller equipment. So we're going to do a lot smaller this time. I want to take this off, and I want to take this off, and I want to fall out of the sky. Blink. It's funny if it represented you breaking your legs. But I'm super excited because I'm getting comments now, and I'm getting people to comment and pick out their tractors and stuff. Raznik messaged me. He'll probably be picking one out here soon. So he'll have a tractor and some sort of implement. Now, a disclaimer, everyone. Let me get over here first. First, he decided that this will be his plow he's using. He wanted the 720 mounted 6-furrow plow, but he wanted the one off the in-game mod hub, but that one isn't realistic. So I reached out to my very, very, very good buddy over at Scooter's Workbench, Scott, and he gave me one of these. This is the actual 720 realistic. Instead of 1.6, it's 3, and it only 3 meters wide, and it only takes 70 horsepower. That's super realistic. That's super real. So we wanted to make sure that we get that. So I'm going to buy that first. This will be Vic's plow that he wanted. Let me get out here. As you can see, that's realistic. That's what they look like. Got the plow on one side and the disc harrows on the other side, so it breaks up the big furrows. Now, Vic, this is a specific to you. You wanted he picked out the Case IH 1468 with 145 horsepower. I searched and I searched and I searched and I searched and I couldn't find one. I did find a couple of versions of it, but it all led me back to Scooter's Workbench. So what happened is Scooter's Workbench released a mod that was the 460/560, and somebody went and edited it, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to get over here. It was originally the Farmall 460/560, and what they've done is they modified it, and they put a canopy on it, they put some stacks on it, and they did some stuff. So all roads led back to Scooter's Workbench. So I found this one version of the Case IH 460/560 on one of those wonky sites, and it had a ton, and when I mean a ton, I mean a ton of Lua errors. So what my disclaimer is, if you guys pick out a tractor and you pick out an implement, make sure that it is a clean log. And what I mean by that is make sure it doesn't have any errors in it, make sure it's okay to use, make sure it's not stolen, make sure it's all that thing. Because come find out, this person, they gave credit to Scooter's Workbench, but they didn't have permission to change it all around, which is fine. Hey, Scooter said he didn't have a problem with it. The problem I have is when I loaded it up, I got that downloaded, I came in, tried to get it all set up in the game, and it gave me major lag, major stuff. So frame skips, things like that, because of the Lua errors in it. Okay? So without getting too negative, because I want to stay as positive as we can. Positive. I'll say it correctly. But my grandkids go positive. So anyways, on a serious note, this is your guys' farm, this is your guys' equipment, and I want you guys to be able to pick what you want. But, and I'm going to say this very slowly, but if you have me download a mod that has a bunch of errors, I will not use it. I don't care how much you want me to, I won't do it. Because remember, if we're all in this together, and if we're all downloading all these 47,000 different mods to use, they all have to work together. So the mod has to have a clean log, has to be clean, has to be ready to go. Enough of negativity. Now we're back to the positivity. Just make sure, and I want you guys to continue to do it, and just make sure it's clean log and that it's ready. Make sure, what I would say is 99%, if it's off the farmingsimulator.com website, or Scooter's Workbench, or WMR Modding, or Arsene Softwares. Those guys' mods are absolutely safe because I know each and every one of them personally. So, I'm going to list them one more time, and then we're going to get onto this. Scooter's Workbench. He has a Facebook over at GNG Modding. WMR Modding's Facebook page. Arsene Software's Facebook page. All three of those sites are absolutely safe. You'll find all their links in the announcements. Just make sure you answer the 3 questions and you're in. And then you can download the mods for free. They're absolutely free. They don't cost any money. Nobody thinks. But the 3 guys there, and the reason I know this is all 3 guys I know personally, and they know what they're doing. And that's all I'm going to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. And now on to it. Now, Vic, this is your plow. This will be your plow. It's 3 meters instead of 1.6. It only takes 70 horsepower, so it's the real 720 plow that you wanted. But I had to send your 1468 back over to Scooter's Workbench, and Scott is working on it as I speak. Until then, I'm going to use the original mod. Let's see. Here, we want to go weight box, because we're going to be plowing with it. I want to go that. I want to go that. Let's see. I want to put the duals on it. We don't want global positioning, because it wouldn't have it on it realistically. And I'm going to go there. So 73 horsepower, and that's the tractor we're going to use. Now, once Scott from Scooter's Workbench gets done fixing all the errors and fixing all the things and putting it back the way it needs to be, I will put your Case IH 1468 in here, and it will replace this. Okay? So, we bought the tractor. This, guys, I mean, Scooter's Workbench does amazing. Look at the color and everything on this. So, we're going to get this over, and I'm going to start plowing with it, and then possibly set it off with a worker and see how they do with it, see how well they plow. I know they're going to probably go back and forth with it instead of realistically, like, this plow can't flip. So it would be you go one way with it. I don't think it flips. Make sure. Heels. Nope. Okay. So what we're going to do too is we got to get the speed going back again. So I'm going to jump this back up to 10. And there we go. So Vic, this will be your Case IH 1468 tractor once it's done and fixed. Okay. Now this is a 3 meter. Now the one on the in-game mod hub is only 1.6. This is done super realistic. And we're going to come over here and we're going to go down here, because what you would do is you plow furrows out. So that was all. I didn't want to keep going on that negativity stuff, but I want people to understand. Really nice if I could just drive without twitching all over the place, but I'm not going to rush Scott getting this done either. When he gets the 1468, and people are fine. Like he said, he doesn't have a problem with people editing his mods. What he has a problem with is when they edit them and then they throw them out there and they have all these errors on them, and it's just a pain in the booty, where it's just not fun because it makes him look bad. And let's see. Yep, we got to go all the way down the other end, because this would not go this way. You want to plow. Actually, I think it would go this way. Yeah, you plow it out. It's like that. All right. There. Now this should plow this at 6-8 miles an hour. And it'll give us a chance to scroll out a little bit. Do a little bit more. Over on Raznik's stream today, and man, he's so funny. I'm so glad he's feeling better. So happy. He was sick. Sick as a dog there for a while. His allergies acted up, and it was bad. He'd already had his COVID vaccine, so he wasn't worried about that. And he was just sick, and so he took some time off and all that sort of thing. This is a nice little tractor, but we'll get your tractor in here, Vic. But this is your plow. This is Vic's. So we're excited to say that we had a contest winner. We just want to make sure that everybody's doing it correctly. The farm is done, so I don't have to play around with that anymore. So that's good. And then, like I said, this grass here, I'll mow it first. So I want to get... Now, normally what you would do with this in real life is... There comes the sun. What a beautiful day it's going to be. Love it, love it, love it. We've had a pretty peaceful winter in-game so far, but then again, I'm only on day 2. Yeah, see, normally in real life what you would do is you would stop the plow before it went out into the other field. Otherwise, you'd keep going. So, and you would come along and do your headlands last. So, being this is a realistic series, then we're going to come down here, and I want to see, for my own sake, what the worker will do. Because you would see how you, like this one, yeah. I don't think you can flip that. Like, I think I tried already. I don't think you can flip it. Because there's no way to flip. Or plow. Nope. So it's fixed. So unfortunately, what you would have to do is to do it in realistic ways, because you push the furrows over on top of each other. You don't push them onto the field part that you haven't plowed yet. So you would just keep coming to the way I'm doing it now. All right, so we're going to get this guy set off, and I'm going to see what happens. See if he goes back and forth. Because I've got other things to do. Running at 10x speed, I can't afford to not have somebody working in the fields. We're going to see him turn around, and I bet you. Now, if this plow flips, then I've got to figure out how to do it. Because in real life, what you would do is, if you had a reversible plow, you'd plow this way, and then you'd go down and you'd flip your plow over, because the furrows get pushed onto themselves, so that you're not putting it back into the furrows. Then normally you would stop at the front of your tractor. That's always the key, guys. If you're doing it in real life, you'd stop at the front of your tractor, lift your plow, flip your plow around if you have a reversible, and turn around and come back the other way. So the furrows are pushing onto they're pushing onto themselves. And then you would do your headlands last. Your headlands, and the only time your headlands ever get done first is when you're harvesting, because you don't want to drive over the crops. So you go all the way around the field once with your headlands so that you can turn around with your harvester. But plowing and cultivating and fertilizing and everything else, you do your headlands last, so that you don't drive over what you've already plowed, what you've already seeded, what you've already done. But I'm anxious to see. They call this a simulator game. Let's see how. So he stopped it correctly. Yeah, he stopped it. Now, if he goes backwards like that. Yeah, see, what he's doing now, that's wrong. He's pushing the furrows up against, he would be making a row up against the next row that he plows, so you get a huge berm in there. But Farming Sim doesn't understand. The way they've set the workers up in this is the Farming Sim is just they want to go from one end of the field to the next. So, because what he's doing is absolutely wrong. He would have flipped that plow over and pushed the furrows the other way. But that's okay. It's just a game, and we're playing this as realistic as we can, but I have to utilize workers. So, without further ado, now I've got to go, and I'm going to get some passes mowed. So let's go back over to Chris's tractor. This is from yesterday. And we're going to get this done here. I've only got about 10 minutes left. And we'll mow a couple of passes and get her set up. All right. Forgot I have to unfold it first. Go. And lower that thing down. Lower that. Switch to the back. And actually, what I do is realistically wise. Doing this with my sim dashboard, so we would turn this on. And then you would mow your way a little bit into the field like this. When you got to your back mowers, switch to your back implements, lower those down, and you go like that. But like I said, this is actually kind of a neat tractor. We're not going to get much off of this. I've got the green mowing, or not green mowing, the real mowing mod in, so you can mow in the spring. But not, like I said, we've done this before. We're not going to get much. But we're going to try to get at least this little section the next 10 minutes done. Get out here where you guys can see. Yep, I'm so super excited. Guys, just make sure you're liking and subscribing and everything, because I've got videos dropping 7 days a week, and I want you guys to have the first access to them, especially with picking your own equipment. This is your guys' farm. Now this is realistic. You could keep your mowers going if you had a big enough spot to turn around. Because you normally would TED and all that stuff. But this right here would be, you have to do this. Okay, so you would raise that up. Raise that up. You want to be able to get. Don't want to drive on your field. That's the biggest thing. But because that's like that. And we're off. There. Like that, we're cutting grass. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day today up in the east coast of the United States. In real life, I was about lower to mid 70s. Nice little breeze. I spent most of the day outside working. Fantastic. I mean, I've always got work to do around the house. Always, always, always. Never stops. But now we've got a headland going. And I don't know on this if you can hire a worker or not. We're going to find out real quick here. And in a hurry. Try to get this. I like the way the farm came out. Cut this in here like this. Then we'll try to hire a worker and see how well it works. It might not, because it's not a defined field. Nope, I knew it wouldn't let me. Not a defined field. There. That's okay. But now we got enough room to go down and back and turn around. Let's see how Philip's doing over there. See if he's doing okay. That's why, I guess, if I'm going to hire a worker on this realistic farming series, I have to look away. Because they don't do it right. They just do it the way Farming Sim set them up. And that's okay. We'll overlook that. Them not doing it realistic. But, like I told you guys earlier, I'm super excited about how everybody's commenting, everybody's getting it. I've got a couple of people that have DM'd me directly and told me that they're going to be picking their tractor in the next day or so, a couple days. And then we're just going to get going with that. And excited about that. Now, let's see. Do I have enough room to turn around here, or do I need to go another headland? The other thing is, the headland is not, you know, to me, the proper term that I use is rounds. You would go rounds around the outside of the field, and then you go in and out. Everybody knows that. I explained that before. Well, let's play. Look how nice that farm looks. This looks, all the red buildings match. The red buildings from the sheds match the cow barns, and the white shed from Alien Gym matches. It just came out really nice. And those hedges are really nice too. Because what I want to do is get this mode. Well, let's name him Phil. Let's name this worker Phil. Well, Phil is working on getting some plowing done. I'm going to get some silage for our cows because we've got to get some cows soon. And because it takes a full year for them to create milk, but I want to start doing manure, because John's implement is a manure spreader. He picked a slurry spreader originally, but I modified it because I'm doing manure on this. I'm doing a manure on this Let's Play. There. Now we'll go down here so you can. Couple more minutes here and we'll wrap it up and we'll continue. Now, unfortunately, Phil's going to take a while doing 3 meter width, but that's what Vic picked. He wanted that plow and he wanted a tractor. We'll get it. So, comment contest now coming up. We're doing episode 3 right now, getting ready for episode 4. I still need a tractor and a cultivator. I still need a tractor and a seeder. And then I need a harvester and with a header, preferably coming together if you guys can. Just keep in mind, like I stated, make sure that it's a clean log. Make sure that you guys are taking a look at it. Get it tested on your own map. Make sure, most importantly for me, make sure it works with seasons. Because if it doesn't work with seasons and conflicts with seasons, that's an issue. Because I use seasons on every Let's Play. Preferably off the FarmingSimulator.com website. Because they generally... Now, I did watch Raznik's stream tonight, and he did have an issue with a guy's mod that he downloaded from that site, and it didn't work. So they do still make mistakes, but the reason I'm saying there is because it's easier for me to find, for the most part. Alright, so I'm going to shut this off here. Jump out. I'm going to go... That tractor's got a nice little... Yeah, that's the way he would go in real life. But going back and forth, I understand. I have to look away. I understand how Farm Sim does it. They have to keep the guy going back and forth. Fire him for a minute. We'll get him back here. Now, Vic, your tractor will be the Case IH 1468. We already know that. But this is your plow. Okay? So, I want to go back over to my Kubota. And I want to jump up here. All right, everyone. We had exciting news. We were dancing in the beginning. We finished the farm, completely done. We bought Vic's new plow, and his tractor's on the way as soon as it gets all the errors fixed on it. And we started mowing for silage for our cows. And we're starting to move right along. So, as my parting gifts always go, look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for your family. In this trying times we live in right now, family is important. Family, family, family. So, and without further ado, catch everybody on the flip side.